Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear my voice properly, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear my screen properly and hear my voice properly, please do let me know, guys. There is some problem with the streaming service by YouTube today. I don't know why. From tomorrow evening itself, yesterday evening itself, it's not working properly. So that's why this is an issue right now. Okay, okay, amazing, guys. Okay, so without any delay, we'll start with React.js from today. Okay, that will be our motto. Okay. I think so. There is no issue with my voice, and there will be no problem as well. Am I right? Going to Is my voice audible properly, guys? Please do let me know. Okay, great. Okay, so what we're going to start with today is just to understand first of all why do we need React? Okay, what is the main properties that it has replaced HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Like we can make any website in simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well. But why has React replaced the traditional method of making any website? So we'll start from there. We'll try to understand what was the essence behind which React was formed, and then along with that, we'll then go forward with making websites in React as well. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started. Yesterday, the attendance link was shared. For those who haven't filled it, that means they were not paying attention in the class, or they didn't attended the entire class. That is the only meaning for that. Okay. Okay, so let's continue with the same. So let's go to let's say Airbnb. Okay, let's try to put in a date and let's try to see their website. As you are able to see, so this is the Airbnb website. If you are able to see my screen as of this particular moment, and you will be able to notice that there are some things that are redundant inside the entire website. Let me just show it to you. We are able to see that these let me just put it up on the right side. So these boxes, if you are able to see, each of these boxes are something that is repeating, only the content is getting changed. If you are able to see, I'm able to draw these boxes along each of these cards, and the only thing that is like changed right over here are the images, the text, and that's it. Nothing else is getting changed. Each of these boxes itself can be divided into more number of boxes. Okay, for example, here there is one box for the heart, there is one box for these button like these pictures, there are one box for the name of the place, there's one box for the cost right over here, there's one box for how many kilometers away it is, and so on and so forth. So these boxes itself are basically called as components in React.js. Okay, if I'm drawing a particular box right over here, so I'm telling you that this is a particular component in React.js. Now once a component has been formed, you can think of it as a function. Okay, I do not have to repeat myself to make all these boxes. Okay, the component itself, I can just copy paste it right over here, and the name of the component, so this particular component is called as a card. Okay, let's say that this particular component is called as a card. Okay, so I can just write card like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 times. I will be able to get the entire website up and running. I do not have to recode the entire thing or copy paste the entire thing multiple number of times. So this is just one portion of the same. Now if you go to some other websites, let's say let's go to Instagram. So Instagram is also made in React.js, similar to Airbnb. Now if you are able to see, let me just zoom out a bit. So you will be able to see these type of card system right over here as well. If you are able to identify the cards. So there will be one for the navigation. Okay, the entire navigation is in one component. In the navigation itself, you have the icon, you have the search bar, you have some icons right over here that will also be components. Then you are having the card component. If you are able to see right over here, this is an entire card component. Now this component is used, okay, this component is used multiple times again and again and again. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Okay, yesterday's link was sent. Okay, there was no problem with the yesterday's link. There is no information being provided to you anywhere else on any official WhatsApp group or the Telegram channel. That means you guys haven't filled up the form because either you were not paying attention in the class or you tried to skip the class itself. Okay, so please focus upon what I'm teaching right now. That is totally your mistake if you haven't filled up the form. Please do not let the other students suffer due to that. Okay, the link was there, like many students have said, at 10 minutes 3 seconds or something like that. If someone wants to check right over there, you can go and check. So you are having these cards once again, and each of these cards have various information inside of it. There is one title card, then there is the content card, then there is some other button, some other information that has been put up right over here. Okay, similar to that, you are having these type of side cards as well, where some other information has been provided to you. Now these can contain multiple cards. So if I'm zooming in a bit, okay, let me just zoom in a bit for you. So on these sidebars, okay, if I'm looking at the sidebar itself, this can also be divided into different cards. I can be having one card here, 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 and so on and so forth. Now think of components as miniature HTML pages, okay, miniature websites. Okay, each of these components, think of it as a miniature website. Each of them has their own HTML, each of them have their own CSS, each of them have their own JavaScript, and each of them is connected to the backend separately as well. So for those, I know that most of you guys that have come up right now are Generation Z, and so many people who may have used Facebook when it was there in 2004 2005. So at that particular point of time, these notifications that you are able to see, so I'm able to see that there are some notifications available to me right over here using this small red dot, and if I hover over it, it shows me how many messages or how many notifications I'm having at any point of time. In the previous version of Facebook, okay, whenever you had any notification, you had to refresh the entire page at any point of time whenever you wanted to see whether you have some notifications or not. Even nowadays, if there will be some websites in which you will have to again and again refresh the entire page to check if there is any notification or not. Why this is the case? Because the entire website, for these type of websites, the entire website, the websites in which you had to reload your entire page to get, okay, the notifications and some information for the servers, that was only possible because these websites, the entire website was connected with the server. So if I want to fetch new details from the server, I had to refresh the entire website to do so. But nowadays it's very different. Okay, nowadays this particular component, this single component, okay, is not in line with the other components. Okay, not in line with other component. This works separately. So this is separately connected to the servers, and it is continuously taking in updates from the server. Okay, the rest of the website does not reload. Only this component is getting reloaded again and again and again, fetching the details from the server and showing you whether there is notification or not. Similarly, if you scroll, okay, if you scroll down below, okay, right over here, nothing else gets updated. So if I've scrolled down to the bottom, only this component gets refreshed. Are you able to see? Only the component on the left hand side got refreshed. The entire website did not refresh itself. Why? Because this component that contains cards, okay, so this entire thing, okay, on the left hand side, this is connected separately to the servers. So whenever the number of posts got over, it reloaded only this portion of the entire website and not the entire website itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand? Please let me know. Are you able to understand, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so this is one of the main features of React.js. You are able to change every single like part of the website into components, and these components interact separately with these servers. Okay, now this is something that is, you are not able to understand it as of this particular moment, but it has a lot of ways in which you are able to optimize your entire website. Okay, and that is something that you want at the end of the day. Your website should be user friendly, your website should be fast, your website should be as easy as possible for the users to understand and use. Okay, so that is one of the things. Secondly, let's try to understand now, how does like React do this? Okay, so what React does is it maintains a virtual DOM. Okay, let's try to understand what a DOM is. Okay, so for example, right now the entire website is made in HTML, simple HTML. So let's make a small website in HTML. We'll be having HTML. Okay, we will be having then doc type. Okay, doc type HTML, then HTML itself, then we'll be closing HTML at the end first of all, then we'll be having head. Okay, inside of the head we will be first closing it, then we'll be having title right over here. Inside title we'll be having the title of the website, we'll then be closing it, then we'll be having body right over here, and inside the body we will be having our entire website. Okay, this is now normal HTML website. Let's have an h1 element right over here. Okay, that's it. So this entire website, okay, this entire website itself can be represented in a hierarchical manner if you are able to see. So HTML contains head and body inside of it. Head contains title and body contains h1 inside of it. So I can make the entire representation of this particular website in the format of a tree. Okay, in the format of a hierarchical tree. So I'll be having document on the top, I'll be having HTML under it. Inside of HTML I will be having head, I will be having body, inside of head I will be having title, inside of body I will be having the h1 element. Okay, so for example, if there is something that changes in the h1 element, my entire document gets reloaded. Okay, if there is any change inside the h1 element, okay, so it fetches something from the servers and it needs to change something, that change will only occur when the entire website is reloaded. Okay, now this is where the things changes actually in React.js. So for example, in React.js, first of all, on the top you'll be having your app. Okay, React.js maintains, so that was called as DOM, okay, or document object model. Okay, and My voice is not audible. I'm so sorry for that. I had some like problem with my voice today. I don't know why. Like it feels as if like something is just holding down on my throat or something like that. So so that was called as DOM. Okay, the concept that I told you right now is called as DOM, or document object model. Now what React.js does is it maintains along with a DOM. Okay, DOM is there, but it also maintains a virtual DOM. Okay, React.js also maintains a virtual DOM. Okay, so this virtual DOM itself is maintained along with the original DOM. It contains, for example, at the top it has the component of app. Inside the app component we are having a navbar component, okay, and a to-do list component. Okay, these are the two components. Okay, because in React.js when you're talking about something, it is a in terms of components itself, not tags. In HTML, in DOM you talk about tags. Okay, in virtual DOM you talk about components. Okay, so you are having app component. Inside app component you are having a navbar component, a to-do list component. Inside the to-do list you are having an item list component. Inside the item list component you are having two separate units, okay, called as checkbox. Okay, that is the checkbox itself, whether you want to check it or not, and the item text. Okay, that is just the name of that particular, so like a paragraph tag or something like that. Okay, so right now for example, the condition that you have put up right now is that whenever you check this particular box, this text comes like clearly, okay, in like a bright like a dark manner. Okay, it becomes dark. Otherwise, if this checkbox is unchecked, then it should be as light as possible. Like it should be something like this. So if this checkbox is there and it is ticked, then it should be like item text, so sure, very dark and everything. And if this box is left unchecked, then sure should be as light as possible. Okay, just like that is what we are trying to do right now. Are you not able to understand, like is my voice not audible to you? Can someone let me know? Are you not able to understand my voice? Please let me know, guys. How many of you were not able to understand DOM? Can you let me know? How many of you were not able to understand DOM? Because it's a fairly easy concept. It's just a hierarchical tree representation and nothing else. Just those people who are not able to understand DOM, can you just write that down? How many of you are not able to understand DOM? Okay, no problem with that. I will just explain it once again. Okay, so first of all, we need to understand HTML. Okay, were you guys able to understand the HTML document that I created? Can someone let me know? For those who were not able to understand DOM, I'm just talking to them. Were you able to understand the HTML code that I had written right over here? That is the same code that we discussed yesterday as well. I had not made any changes in that. Okay, the same code that we like saw yesterday, I'm talking about that itself. Okay, okay, so HTML code, we have written it right over here. We have a starting and the ending tags. Inside of that, we are having, so inside of the HTML, we are having two tags right over here. The head tag, okay. Okay, we are having two tags, the head tag and the body tag. Okay, so the HTML tag contains the head tag and the body tag. The head tag then in turns contains the title tag. Okay, the head tag in turns contains the title title tag right over here, and the body tag contains the h1 tag. This is what we have seen yesterday. Okay, this is something that we saw yesterday in yesterday's class. I have not changed anything. Everything that is written right over here I had explained to you in the yesterday's class itself. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? This is a simple HTML code that I've written to create an HTML based website. Are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so we have created an HTML website. Now if you are able to see right over here, if I want to change this layout into like a vertical layout itself, then what will be the case? On top of everything it will be HTML. Okay, on the top, because on the top of the entire document we are having the HTML. Okay, that basically says that this is the HTML code. Okay, inside HTML we are having two tags right over here. Okay, we are having two tags right over here, the head tag and the body tag. So inside of HTML we are having two tags, that is the head tag and the body tag. Okay, I'm just putting up a hierarchy. Okay, on the top it's HTML. HTML contains head and body. Head then in turns contain the title tag. Okay, the title tag is whatever you put inside the title tag itself, whatever you are able to put inside the title tag itself, that is what goes to your website. Okay, the website, whenever you have any website, you are having this particular bar inside of which you are having the different tabs open, and the name of that particular tab is right over here, and that is what it is, the title. Okay, this is where the title comes into play. Whatever you put inside of title, that goes right over here, that is the name of the new tab that you are opening for that particular website. Okay, so you are having your, I'm just going to remove everything from right over here. So you are having your title. Okay, and similarly in your body we are having the h1 tag. The h1 tag is the heading tag. We have seen this yesterday. There is no change in this. You're having a HTML, you're having the head, you're having the body, you're having the title. Okay, you're having the h1 tag. The HTML itself comes into heading. Okay, so I don't know why, but I guess most of the people attending the bootcamp do not listen to what I'm saying at any point of time. For example, this particular person, Badri Dasan or something like that, Himadra Badri Sasan, I've told you repeatedly that the certificates will be given after 1 to 2 weeks of the project submission being completed. Okay, please keep that in mind. Okay. From the see right now I think so I will not be able to close the slow mo. Let me just check if it is possible or not. Live chat slow mo, let me change it to like 60 seconds or like 30 seconds will be more than sufficient. Save. Let's see if it gets changed or not. I've changed the slow mo to 30 seconds. Now if somebody takes advantage of this and spams the group, then I will change it back to 300 seconds. You have to ensure that the students are not spamming this. Okay. Okay. So this, and on the top of everything, it is the document. Okay. That is the file in which you are writing the entire HTML code. So it's document, then HTML, head body title h1. Now this is called as your document object model. Okay, DOM, document object model, and this is the hierarchical representation of the tags present in the HTML document. Okay, this is the hierarchical representation of the tags present in the HTML document. Are you guys able to understand DOM right now? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand DOM right now? Please let me know that. Okay, okay, okay. So most of the people have understood DOM. Okay, great. So what we are going to do right now is almost everyone is able to understand DOM as of this particular moment. I don't think so there is any like problems in understanding DOM as of this particular moment. Please let me know, guys. Like the concept of DOM is familiar to you. Okay, so for right now, if I think that something, the content present inside h1, okay, the content present in h1 is changing due to some, like maybe like you have logged into the system and now your name is going from anonymous to like your perfect name, ShapeAI. So this Tony Singh, I think so it would be better to just remove him from the channel itself. Otherwise, he will continuously like try to distract everyone present in the class. Let me just like remove him from the class itself. Okay, so let's continue the class. So for example, something changed. Okay, let me just open up the live chat once again. Okay, so something changed in the h1 tag right over here. To make that change visible to us, I will have to reload the entire DOM. Okay, I will have to refresh the entire page to reload the entire DOM, so that that change in h1 element, that change that we want to see in the h1 element is visible to us. Okay, so that is what I'm saying as of this particular moment. So what does React.js does? Along with maintaining a DOM, okay, so DOM is something that is being maintained by default. Okay, you cannot change that. Along with the DOM, React.js also maintains the virtual DOM. Okay, React.js also maintains the virtual DOM. DOM is comprised of the HTML tags, whereas virtual DOM is comprised of the different components in the React.js code that you have written. Okay, so for example, your code, okay, the entire website itself is called as the app. Okay, let's say the entire website is called as the app, that is the entire biggest component inside of which your other smaller components go into play. Okay, inside of your app you are having a nav bar. Okay, that is the navigation bar. Okay, inside the and inside the app, the second component that you're having is a to-do list. Okay, so these are the two components that you're currently having on the website. Okay, inside the to-do list you are having a list item. Okay, you are having a list item right over here. Similarly, inside the list item component you are having a checkbox, and you are having an item text. Okay, so these are all the components that are present on your entire website. Okay, are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. Are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. Okay, great. So this is your virtual DOM. Now, for example, okay, for example, this checkbox, okay, maybe it needs to get updated at any point of time. So React is continuously keeping a tab over, like, it contains two different virtual DOMs. It contains a previous state of the virtual DOM and a new state of the virtual DOM on any thing that is being updated from the servers. Okay, so for example, it sent a request to the server and it got a new virtual DOM in which the checkbox was checked. Okay, so it maintained two different copies of the virtual DOM. The first copy, the checkbox component was unchecked, and in the new copy of the virtual DOM the checkbox component is checked. So it will just go into this particular virtual DOM and update it in the real DOM. Okay, only that component itself will get updated in the real DOM. So let me just try to reframe that. Okay, you are having the virtual DOM original, you are having the virtual DOM new. Right over here there is some change. Okay, so for example, checkbox got checked from like unchecked to checked, so there is some change that React has noticed in this entire transaction. Okay, React has noted some change in the entire virtual DOM during this entire session itself. Now once that change has been noticed, so instead of refreshing the entire website, it will select this component. Okay, the component that it was is, for example, list item. Okay, this particular checkbox was inside of the component of list item. Okay, so this change has been noticed inside of the list item component. So the DOM associated, the original, okay, or the original real DOM that was associated with this component will only get updated. Instead of changing the entire website, instead of refreshing the entire website, it will just refresh this component itself. It will just refresh this component itself. So in the original DOM as well, only this component, only the parts associated with this component will get refreshed instead of taking the entire thing. Are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. Are you able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please let me know, guys. Uh, it's not that everybody just skipping lecture and missing the yesterday's attendance. It happens with most students that they actually miss it. So please do something about that. See, if you have missed the attendance, there is nothing that we can do about the same. Okay. I will just repeat once again. Okay, so React maintains a virtual DOM. Okay, React maintains a virtual DOM. It maintains a copy of the original virtual DOM and any change that it notices in the virtual DOM. So a new virtual DOM and an older virtual DOM right over here. Okay, you are having some change, so there is some change in the entire component. There's one component in which there is some change, okay, that React notices. So that changed component itself, the only that components get refreshed from the entire virtual DOM tree. Okay, not the entire website, just one component gets refreshed right over here. Okay. Okay, so almost everyone has understood this particular point. Okay, so okay, so that is something that is very important, guys. Okay, that this is something that is very important for you to understand what are components, and like how does the React like work in a better manner itself. And these all things are something that has led the entire industry. Now one more thing, like for example, you create a particular component. Okay, you create a particular component, you can share this component with your friends. Okay, you can share these components with your friends, you can share this with your colleagues, you can create a particular like entire website. There are many buttons, there are many forms, there are various different things in a particular website. Now if you're working for a company, most probably that company will be having various websites that it has under them. So for example, Google, it has their Google Cloud platform, it has their Google Meet platform, it has their Google Doc platform, Google Sheets platform, the Google platform itself, and so on and so forth. All these have a very similar design patterns, they use very similar components, very similar buttons. So instead of going for every single website and creating everything from the scratch itself, you can directly utilize, once you have made some components, you can directly utilize those components, because each of these components are basically a bundle of small portion of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. These are a small bundle of these HTML, CSS and JavaScript that you can directly utilize and use it in your own projects. You can even like take up some components built by some other developers instead of building it from scratch. You can take it from some other third-party developers and directly utilize it in your projects, thus making the entire development cycle very short, easy and precise. Okay, so that is also something in which React basically overthrows the entire concept, because these components are like Lego bricks. Okay, if you have ever used Lego bricks, the components, the concept of components is exactly like Lego bricks itself. You are able to fix everything up and create something beautiful. So that is something that is extremely important, guys. Acha, one more thing. Okay, on the last day I will be taking an exam as well. Okay, I may take an exam on the last day, in which in the attendance form itself I'll be asking some questions, and these questions will be something that you will not be able to Google. These are something that I have told in the class itself. So like if you haven't attended the class, if you haven't listened to me properly, then you will not be able to answer those questions and you will not be able to get the certificates. I'm taking this very clearly because I'm not at all in support of people who are just coming here for the attendance. This is something that we are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to create these type of boot camps. Okay, it's very difficult for me to have these boot camps up and running after the work and everything. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that. See, one of the best things with web development, I tell this every single time, is for example, even at ShapeAI, let's take up our example. We have a particular person who is currently doing his diploma. So like it's not that we only have like these type of smaller ass people itself, we have people from various different and I can even show it to you, like just for web development, let's not even consider other things, just for web development itself, we have people from American Express, we have people from McKinsey, we have people from Google Summer of Code, Sony, Oracle, we have been joined by people from Slumberg. Okay, we have people from Amazon as well, I can even show you that as well. We have people from Goldman Sachs, Amazon, Porsche, TensorFlow, Morgan Stanley. So we have people from various different companies, and still we have one developer who is working at ShapeAI who is currently doing his diploma, and we are paying him approximately 35,000 rupees a month right now. Okay, he's working part-time at ShapeAI. So that's the thing, web development, if you want to get jobs, like jobs are available a lot, but the only thing is you need to have the absolute perfect skills, because the competition is also high. If the number of jobs are high, then the competition is also high, and if the competition is high, then you have to stick out from the rest of the crowd, and then only you will be able to get the good packages that you are able to see. And it does not matter, nobody cares what you have learned up till this particular point of time, whether you have done BCA BSc, MSc, you have not even done a degree. Nobody cares about that. The only thing that they care is, if I am selecting you to work for my company, do you have the necessary skills and the experience so that you guys are able to outperform and help my company grow. That's the only thing that I'm like concerned about, and nothing else. So that is what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Okay. Okay, so right over here, this is the attendance link for today. You can take a screenshot for the same. Okay. Okay. The attendance link has also been shown. So for today, we will be keeping it right over here. From tomorrow, we are going to start with hands-on React.js. You do not need any you do not need any laptop or something like that for the entire thing. We are going to use Code Sandbox, so this can be done on your mobile phone as well. Okay, please remember that. You can do every single thing on your mobile phone, on your tablet, on your laptop. Okay, we will be utilizing Code Sandbox for building the entire project itself. Okay, so do not worry about that. Okay, the student influencer program link will be sending that today itself. Do not worry about that. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, thank you so much, and have a good day. Thank you.